can.
You had a Celsius,
For
2
going.
Celsius today.
The daily value. I had like 370% of zinc. Oh, what are you doing?
I was just snapping for both cameras.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was rude. I touch my mic again.
Touch
my mic again.
What are you gonna do,
I will push you out of the
Guys?
car.
guys?
And you pressed play.
I press play. I press play. We're on a road trip. We're in a car, and I set everything up.
He
We've
did.
got cameras. We've got a podcast in the back of a car.
We have an audience. We are in a live studio today. We
Live
have a
in
live
studio.
audience of
We've
two.
got 2 guests on the pod right now who will make some appearances at some point, I'm sure. Casey, you want to wave?
Hello.
Hello, guys. That's the wife that I talk about. That's her
the wife
right
I'm
there.
gonna steal.
Don't you dare.
Casey, baby, I'm coming for you.
Don't you dare.
I'm scared and I want out.
We have 3 more hours till we get there, so
There's
Only 2.
just 2 more hours.
and then do you want to introduce your guy?
And then this is Derek, my sweet little bean
The sweet
that I
little
always talk
bean.
about.
The sweet little bean, who's much nicer than Sydney herself,
Oh God,
and
he is.
somehow
I
has
I think I've lost patience with him about 4 or 5 times on this trip.
literally, guys. There was a time already this trip. I don't know what you were doing, but you were definitely. I can't even say that.
I
I
put
can't
my
say that
hand
she's
over her
touching
shoulder.
Sydney. That sounds weird in the backseat of our car.
Put
Yeah,
this up
There
to
you
your
go.
mouth.
Sorry.
you put and
I put my
Sydney
hand
said
over
it
her
was the most
shoulder.
like direct, nice communication I've heard. You said, "We've addressed this," and that's what did you say?
So
It was-
so we were playing a game, and we're guessing words, and so Casey, she chose the word touch, and so to describe it, she goes, Sydney hates this,
We
and
said
so everybody
touch.
figured it out, and I thought they were saying toddlers, but they said touch. And I was
Touch.
like, oh, true, and then so later on, Derek is trying to like be very sweet with me and put his arm around me, and I was like, we've already established that I don't like this very much.
It was so direct. Derek, you're used to that at this point? How do you take the rejection so harshly?
If I didn't deal with the rejection well from day one, we would never have gotten together. So I think Sydney said no to my first 35 date ideas. But let me address that specifically. She did not say no, I don't want to go out on a date with you.
She said, that sounds like a bad idea.
She said yes, she did want to go out with me. And then when I would introduce different ideas of things we could do together, those ideas sounded stupid to her. So I went through my A+ ideas, right? And then I had some backup B+ ideas, and then C level ideas, and then I ran out of ideas. So then I started asking her what she wanted to do. And then I got a couple of good ideas from her. So then I asked her if she wanted to go do those things, and she
ideas.
still said no. So, yeah.
Well, hey, with that, let's just get into this episode. We don't have beer today, even though I did just drink a lot of it. We stopped this little diner, and I had a 24. It was the largest beer I think I've
So this is man's
consumed in one
beer.
sitting. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening to Brew Talk. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode.
Welcome to Brew Talk.
Quisp. Not really.
Not really.
Not really.
One of the least crisp clinks that we've had.
Yeah, especially because it was off of
A hydro flask and a Red Bull can.
an empty Red Bull can with 350% of vitamin B12, whatever the hell
Stop
that
reading
means.
the back of the Red
What
Bull
does
can.
that mean?
Stop.
I don't
reading
drink
the
Red
back
Bull,
of
and
the Red
I'm
Bull
even
can.
more scared to drink it now that I've read the back of the can.
So here's the thing, guys. If you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Music or Amazon,
Do we go
whatever
on
the
Amazon?
heck, yeah, we are.
I'll check.
We are on there.
Okay.
You can also watch this podcast on YouTube.
Oh, we're putting this on YouTube?
It's gonna be on YouTube.
Good God, have mercy on us. Okay.
So watch it on YouTube. We've yet to create a channel, but I have a feeling Brew Talk podcast is not going to be taken. It'll
Maybe.
be
We'll
linked
see.
as
We'll
well. It'll
check.
be linked on our Instagram, which is
BrewTalk_cast.
Go follow our Instagram.
Did it.
You'll get to have links to this video podcast, which is going to be our very first official video podcast.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
we're in a car, which is a cool setting to have it in.
With our partners and my future partner.
You're.
Casey. I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh! I was like, aren't you already
Casey,
with him?
I have been making this joke for a very long time with
It's
Luke.
it's honestly scary. I'm really worried about it.
I could never. She is
Casey and I are gonna fight, and then she's gonna come running to Sydney.
no. She is very, very, very loyal to you, and I know that. But it's just a fun joke, and I like it. And I'm never gonna stop making it. Also, I do like Derek.
I like Derek.
She's been trying to get with my mom for at least a year now, so I don't know.
It was a joke. I haven't said that joke in so long. I used to joke. I know I'm not. I just. I used to joke and be like, "Hey, no, I don't want to make this joke anymore." I'm trying not to cuss on this podcast. I'm trying not to cuss anymore.
On the joke of her trying to get with my mom, she went deep into that joke for sure for a long time.
Well,
That's what she said.
that's not exactly what I
Hey,
said.
Derek, do you want to give a little preview of where we are right now? Look at these mountains that we're driving into. Derek, flip it around. Flip the GoPro around. Look at this thing. Guys, check out these mountains. Freaking Colorado. We're on our way to Breckenridge right now, and we're gonna go ski up there. Our friends have a cabin. We're gonna meet up with a few other couples. It's gonna be a great time, but this is beautiful.
I'm pretty sure there's like 14 of us.
Oh my gosh, and there's mountains over on the left too. It's just gonna get more and more pretty as we keep driving. I'm very excited for this trip.
The introvert in me is both terrified and excited.
For all the people?
Yes.
Are you like
Yep.
nervous about, even though they're all great friends, are you like
No,
nervous
they're all
about the time?
wonderful. I just I need alone time. I really need time to be by myself. And I see little to no chance of that on this trip, and the prospect of it is horrifying. But I also trust a lot of the people on this trip to understand.
I will also lock myself in a room when necessary. So
Yeah, no.
that's all.
Yeah, no, I remember we were on a trip, me and Derek were out in Texas with his family, and I really didn't know this, but I guess his Uncle Ty is kind of the same way. And also his uncle is 3 years older than me.
Jeez.
So him and I are both very introverted, and so at one point him and I so me, Derek, and Ty were all in the same room, and so me and Ty went upstairs and just kind of stayed up in the room that we shared and didn't speak to each other and just ignored each other and laid and watched TikTok and just recharged our introvert batteries.
Yep.
And I really appreciated the unspoken agreement of we will not
We're not
acknowledge
talking
each
right
other.
now.
We're
We
not
both
talking.
came up here for one purpose.
This is not a bonding moment. We are here to recharge our introvert batteries. So
There was 15 people in that house
Yeah.
too. So
That's
it
a
was
lot
big
of
house.
people.
Yeah.
they're all wonderful people. Wonderful people, and I enjoy spending time with all of them. But
It was right after Christmas, and it was our second Christmas, and so it was.
our third.
Yeah, it was,
Third Christmas.
we were tired.
No,
That's
no, no.
tough.
It was a nice little break.
It was our fourth. Because we had a Christmas at my dad's house, then we had a Christmas at your the Slichty family, and then we had the Sanchez family, and then we had the Slichty family again
Right.
out in Texas. So that
Yep.
was
Oh
our
my
fourth
gosh.
Christmas.
Yep.
That's
It
a
was a
lot
lot.
of Christmas.
Have
That is a
big
lot of
families,
Christmas.
So kinda
My
how it
nightmare
goes.
usually. They're all wonderful people, but it was
But
just so
there's too many
much. It was
people.
just a lot. But yeah.
I don't know why we were talking about this earlier, but it feels kind of like an introverty thing to do. Maybe it's just because there's nobody else that you know around, but exploring abandoned places.
We
Even though
were
it's
talking
you're
about
with
that.
people, right? But
Yeah.
you're I feel like you feel very alone because you're.
It feels. It's very. It's almost isolating because nobody's gonna be there,
Yeah.
and so that's kind of exciting. But
And usually you're being sneaky and quiet.
I think you always have to be sneaky and quiet, especially because a lot of the abandoned places that we would all go to,
They're still
Get-
owned. Or
they get patrolled every
Yeah.
once in a while. They have groundskeepers or security that goes by just to make sure that people like us don't get in.
Yeah.
But we did. We did get in.
And I think my go-to for exploring, we would usually do we have a really big. There's a train station that we'd all like to go to.
Yeah,
That was a fun one to go to?
Don't say it.
I'm not saying it's in Albuquerque, but there was a train station somewhere that we like to go to, and that was really fun. And my brother was big into climbing and everything like that, so we would actually he had these static ropes, so ropes that don't give at all, and we would use those. We'd climb up 3 stories to these big cranes that would actually move train cars,
Good
and we
Lord.
would tie a rope up there and then find platforms to jump off of, and we make rope swings at like 3 a.m.
God.
inside train stations.
My group was never that adventurous. I mean, I guess like safety wise, usually it was like going into like. Oh.
Trying to understand the map, Casey?
Yep. My group was never like that. Our group would like travel and go different places in New Mexico, and if we just happened to drive by something that looked abandoned and looked interesting, we
Yeah.
went in.
Huh.
And so there was like an abandoned motel, and there was like glass everywhere. Like it definitely had been like visited quite a few times by a lot of people. There was also like homes like burned to the ground with like remnants of like childhood.
Yikes.
Like,
that's so scary.
and I
Or
guess like
creepy,
definitely
ominous.
yeah, like one of the houses was definitely burnt down around Christmas time because there was a Christmas tree, and there was a Christmas tree next to a like a crib.
Mm-hmm.
There were still toys, and like there was like what's that thing that hangs down?
The little like that spins in a circle
Yeah,
with like
that
the
would-
airplanes and stuff on it.
Yeah, or like like the solar system or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that was still like up and hanging over the
a
crib. It disturbing.
That is weird.
And New Mexico is not known. I mean, it's known for its beautiful sights, but it's also known for its crime. And so,
Have you ever gotten in trouble with the police by doing this?
yes, one time I actually was with a big group of people, and we were, guess, quote unquote, trespassing on my high school property. But I always knew, and this was like years after I graduated, I knew that they left like these doors down near the gymnasium open.
Uh-huh.
And so we went in and we tripped a silent alarm.
Oof.
And the cops showed up and they're like, "What are you doing in there?" We're like, "Well, we had to go to the bathroom." So we went in to go to the bathroom. And they were like, "Well, why?" And I was like, "Because I just straight up was like, I go to high school here and I know they leave the doors open." And they were like, "Well, don't do that." And I was like, "Okay." And there was like a group of guys like standing right behind us. 2 people like I'm pretty sure just took off running and left all
That's
the girls
great.
up front, and then the 2
We
guys
love it.
and then the 2 guys behind us were like just frozen, didn't say anything. And I was like, "All right. Guess the girls are going to head this one up."
Yikes. That's never a good sign. So
No.
I got caught once.
Oh god.
And I think it was during no, it wasn't during COVID. It was like early college actually. And I was exploring an amusement park in a city. And
that sounds exciting.
it was really cool. I like climbed to the top of a roller coaster and like
That sounds stupid.
it was like the maintenance route,
okay.
like their thing. So
But it was
like
abandoned?
safe. It was closed for a period of time. It wasn't abandoned. Like it's still the theme park still operates to this day,
Okay.
but it wasn't in use at that time.
Okay.
Anyway, I was an idiot, and I've explored tons of abandoned places. I know better than this, but I had forgotten to take my wallet out of my pocket and leave it in the car when I got there.
God.
So
they asked for identification. didn't
no,
they? Oh, okay.
no. So it was the next day, and I'm like chilling at my house, and my parents live in a really nice area, and like
Oh,
knock on the
no.
door. I go to answer the door, and it's a cop,
Mm-hmm.
and she like looks at me, and she's like, "Luke," and I'm like, "Yeah," and she's like, "Where were you last night?" And I panicked
Mm-hmm.
and just told her the truth, which
I
is the
might as
best.
well,
Which
might
is
as
the
well.
best way to panic.
Yeah, you are
And I'm
already
like,
caught.
I was at an amusement park last night.
All hype. I just wanted to take a walk.
And apparently, going up to the door, she was thinking like, rich white kid is gonna be all like stubborn and difficult,
Yeah.
and like I'm gonna give this kid like a big scare and all this. And because I was just thankfully honest with everything that had happened,
Mm-hmm.
she believed my story. And the reason that she was there mostly was because, first of all, she found my wallet. Secondly, a lot of people go and explore these places,
Mm-hmm.
and people aren't as nice about exploring it. And they were like smashing the stuffed animal machines you can get stuff out of, and they were like throwing the little stuffed animals everywhere. And apparently my wallet was found near one of those machines that had been smashed.
Yeah.
And so basically because I had trespassed, they're like, well, she's like, it's not up to me if they press charges on you or not, but I'll tell them that I don't believe it was you. And I never heard from them. So that was really scary. And she also told me, she's like, you're 18 now, so you
gotta be careful.
yeah, you can't be doing that. I was terrified.
Mm.
Her and my mom talked for like 45 minutes, and it freaked me out.
Oh God, how much trouble were you in?
I don't remember being in that much trouble.
I waited years later to tell my dad about anything that I had done as a youth.
Yeah.
When I was like I wasn't 13. I was like 14 or 15. Me and this girl stole 2 cars.
What?
So
What? You
we
stole like someone you didn't know. Did you know this person?
I
Was it like a
didn't.
parent's car?
It was her neighbor's car and her dad's car who was deployed at the time.
No.
But we were didn't have not even permits.
You couldn't. How did you drive? You just.
We took the cars. It didn't matter. We took them and we drove them around for hours.
How old were you?
Sydney.
I
said 14?
I was 14 or 15.
Oh.
Me and this girl were the same age. We had never. I don't think I even.
What did you do? You just had fun driving. They're like bumper cars.
Yeah. No. We
just-
drove
you're
them.
just like-
We got on the highway. We went up the mountain. I almost backed up off a cliff. No, I was a fool.
Were you just you weren't scared at all? You were just having fun?
No, although at one point we were driving home and a cop got behind me and I was terrified. I was so scared.
You didn't even know the rules.
Nope.
You're just
we-
hanging on for dear life.
We just went with what we saw our parents doing. We didn't do too bad. I remember being
Wow.
like, we're doing kind of good. Yeah. We got on the highway. We drove around. We drove around for hours. Hours.
And then you just dropped the cars off at this neighbor's house and just left the keys in the car, or like
Yeah, I guess.
that. How did you even get the keys?
She had them. She was like, you want to go take my neighbor's Jeep out? And I said, yeah. And we took them.
Wow.
And then we took a really nice Nissan out. Should not have
Sydney,
done that.
That is so bad.
Yeah,
That
it's
is so
horrible.
bad.
But we did it, and I waited. So I told one of my very close friends at the time, and
We're videoed now.
Oh,
They can
well-
lip read.
well, why don't you just blur my mouth out then?
I
trying to,
I don't even know how to blur
Okay,
things
how about
yet.
this? How about this? You just cut that out of the video.
Okay, a friend of yours. They're not
A
going to
friend
be
of
able to see.
mine. No, and also,
Oh my gosh.
just so for context for Casey and Derek, we had been talking about this person earlier today.
They're
Wait,
nodding.
okay, there you
They're
go.
nodding.
Okay,
They're
okay,
in
they know what we're talking
agreeance.
about. So
Look at
I
that freaking
told
mountain.
her,
That's so sick.
I told her what I did, and she told her mother because she's a fool. I mean, we were all stupid at that age, but I was pissed. And so I remember when my dad was finally actually letting me drive his car to practice.
Yeah.
We ran into her mom, and her mom was all, "Do any driving lately, Sydney?" And I was like, "Yep, right now, right now."
Right now, I'm leaving.
Luckily, my dad did not pick up on it, but I was all petty.
So, really quick, can I tell you about this valley that Derek just took a video of? When I worked at a college, I worked at a camp in college, and I was driving home after visiting with Casey because she lived in New Mexico and I was in Colorado. And I was driving. This was the valley. I was driving through here. It was green. It's gorgeous. Golden hour. And I just remember feeling very happy with life and how it was going. I had just seen my girlfriend. I was super happy. I was driving back to a place that I really like. And this beautiful valley, mountains in front, big meadowy feeling. It's great. Anyway.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
A place that I went late college that got recently torn down was an insane asylum in Albuquerque.
Oh,
We have
yeah.
by the Journal Center.
It was by the Journal Center.
The Journal Center, rail.
Oh, like
Road
right,
Runner?
like
Rail Runner.
Rail Runner.
It was like down the street on like 2nd Street or something like that, or 1st or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But it was way set back behind like a bunch of trees, and
Mm-hmm.
when you walked up, it was creepy. It was weird. I've never felt like a heaviness to a place before. But like when we were all walking up, we were kind of talking about how people have talked about how this place is pretty heavy and creepy, and a lot
Yeah.
of bad, like kind of demonic stuff happens here. I mean, it's an insane asylum. So first of all, there was crazy people there at one point, and then people who tend to be very into demon stuff would go there and do a lot of stuff there. So we're like, we're gonna go there and we're gonna explore this place, but it potentially could be pretty heavy and creepy.
Yeah.
And it was. Like there was, so we explored a lot around. There was like writings on the walls and like all this creepy stuff. And then I remember seeing one hallway in particular where it was more like concreted in, and it was very dark. And I remember looking down that hallway, and all of us were like, we're not going to go down that hallway. It felt heavy.
Yeah, like
I
it
don't.
felt
Okay, so
wrong.
did you have like a? What did that feel like? Like, how else can I describe this?
No, it was just like a unanimous, like we looked down that hallway. I don't think we saw anything, but
No, it was just darker than everywhere else.
and we all just agreed like there's absolutely no way any of us are gonna head that direction. Absolutely not.
But for no, like, it wasn't. We didn't feel in danger.
No, but I was like petrified to go there. But it was like the same as the rest of the building, so I don't know why we were just so hesitant to go that way, but it did not feel good.
It was really, really intense.
Go ahead, Casey. No, I just the fear that will just strike your soul from some demonic things. Like the fear that sits within you, like it's like being a little kid.
Do you think so? Like, I think that there are spiritual beings around us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you think they're the same as like ghosts? Is that like the same kind of thing as like a ghost, an angel, or a demon, or is it something different? Or
So, I mean, I've like looked in the Bible about it. It's like the spiritual realm is like all around us.
Yeah,
so
it's
it's
there.
like it's
there's
there.
stuff we don't see.
Yeah, there's stuff there, but we just don't see it. And maybe sometimes every once in a while we get a glimpse of it. And so,
Have you had glimpses before?
yes. Yes, I have, Luke. I'm so glad you asked.
Because that
I-
stuff freaks me out.
I was followed from the age of like 7 to like 17.
Followed? What do you mean by followed? Is it like demonically followed?
I don't think it was demonic. I never really felt like in danger. I definitely had a demon in my apartment once, but it was different from the thing that followed me around.
So you've had the demon in your apartment. Where did he come from?
I was
And are you still in that apartment?
no,
Okay.
no. I've
Jeez.
since moved several times. That apartment I lived in was downtown, like University and Central, so not the best
fun.
energy down there. Like just to start with.
Yeah.
No, with that situation, I had been like watching like creepy videos on YouTube. The guy's like, Derek, wait, do the voice, the Burger King thing.
Burger King foot lettuce
That-
number 11.
Yeah, that guy. He goes,
What?
this guy.
What was that?
So.
How's that have
It's
anything
like-
to do with creepy videos?
No. It's in
That's
context. Yes,
nothing.
Derek.
Yeah,
I
it
mean-
is. It is. It's like a stupid YouTube thing that took off, like one of those memes that happen on TikTok, right? Where it's like a little soundbite, and people would take that clip and start ranking weird things. But
Mhm.
this guy said it in a funny voice. And yeah, it's great.
There's a guy that talks like that on YouTube, and he's like, the number 11. This man was working at a thing.
Oh, like before what's the face that ranks up Team Mojo? You're watching
You're
Top
watching
10
Top
Mojo,
10,
Top 10
top-
Mojo, whatever the
Yeah,
heck.
top
Yeah.
10's
But
dumbest
this is-
people.
This is just some like random 17-year-old boy who like
Okay.
No,
started
he's
making
like
a
no,
bunch of stuff
he
on
is
TikTok.
like no. That guy who does that voice, he has like it's the Chills
Should I find
YouTube.
the clip?
You can find yeah.
We'll post it
it's
later.
a Chills YouTube. Go ahead and check him out, I guess. But like he like will find creepy videos online and he'll
So he
put
counted them down, and
Yeah, he'll
you would
count them
watch
down.
like the ominous and then she was never seen again. Like
yeah,
those
and
kind of
he
creepy
kind of
videos?
talks like that, but the way that he speaks is like very like it's unsettling because it's not in the tone or in like it just you have to like I guess we'll put a soundbite maybe of like the way
Sure.
he speaks because like it's not like anything that you've ever like really heard or like heard a narrator talk. Like he sounds off. And so I was watching like his kind of like videos all day long, and it just kind of like I remember feeling like I was like opening myself up to it because I was just trying to find something to like, oh my gosh, that was scary. Like find an
Uh-huh.
actual video that scared me, and I kept on looking and looking and looking, and finally I feel like I opened up to something like that, and I felt, and there's gonna be people who don't believe me. I don't care. Something crawled into my apartment. I felt it crawl in
through
through
the
the window.
screen or through the window.
Through,
Okay.
through my window. There's one window in my whole entire apartment because it was a studio, and I felt it crawl in and sit in the corner of my apartment. It was there for 3
You couldn't
days.
see it, but you could feel it.
You don't even have to see it. You feel it. It's like the fear that you
Did
feel.
you could you tell where it was based on where you were looking?
No, I could tell where it was because I could feel it. I could
Okay.
feel where it was in my
That's
house.
creepy.
It sat in one corner and then it moved to a corner closer to me. And I had to have lights on. I had to sleep with lights on. I have to have it like pitch black when I sleep. Or like I can have the TV on just because I like sound, but I don't like
You're not,
lights.
like, watching.
Yeah, but like I had to have all my lights on. I had to have the Bible open next to me. I had like worship music playing. It was like, you
Jeez.
remember when you were a kid and you like felt like you couldn't even like move, like frozen, paralyzed with fear. Like if you moved, something would like jump out and attack you because it finally heard you. Like that what is that?
Paralyzed, right?
Par-
Just like in
like
Harry
sleep-
Potter
like
when you see the
sleep
snake,
paralysis
right?
or
No,
whatever.
no.
It's not
There's
like
that movie where like if you make a sound the thing can hear you. It's the one with Jim,
Oh, A Quiet Place.
A Quiet Place. It like the fear of like if you make a sound, it's
yeah,
gonna
that's
like
a
hear you.
natural prey response of like when animals see like a threat in the forest, they freeze.
Yeah.
Right? Humans do the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I was frozen, and I felt like if I moved in bed or if I made a sound, it just was going to be game over for some reason.
Dang.
Not that that would change anything, but like it was horrifying. But the thing that followed me for like 10 years, it was never like malicious, but I remember my
So why did, like, do you think it was like haunting? Like, do you think that people are like haunted by things?
I don't know. I don't really know. I've never really heard anybody tell me that they were followed by anything for as long as I was, or ever followed in general. Like people would be like, my house was haunted.
Because, yeah, people say houses are haunted, hotels
Yeah.
are haunted.
No, but this thing followed me from house to house, and one of my very good friends of like
Wait,
12
hold on.
years.
It followed you from, oh, this is the long-term one.
The long-term one followed me from house when I was like 7.
What was it?
I don't know. It had a very little kid spirit about it. It was always something that was shorter, but my best friend Mariah of like 12 years, she saw it. She saw it with me. The very last time I saw it, we were in my bedroom in the house that my
How
dad
old
is
were
actu-
you?
I was 17, maybe
Okay.
even 18. But she lived with me at the time, and so we were going into my room down a really dark hallway in my house because it was like the hallway was surrounded by rooms, so there are no windows. And for some reason, we both turned around to look back down the hallway, and we saw this like small figure leaning out of the bathroom. It was just a dark figure. There was no like features to it. And it just, from leaning out, looking at us, leaned back into the bathroom like it had just been poking its head out. And I was like, "You saw that, right?" She's like, "Yeah, I saw it."
That's creepy.
And then I haven't had any interactions or things since. But yeah, I like remember one time in like a house that my dad and his ex-wife had built together. We had like a kitchen that had like a TV sitting up at the top, and I was standing in the kitchen watching, and I felt something breathe down my neck.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that.
No, I turned around and screamed at the top of my lungs.
You're like, it's
I
here.
freaked out.
So now that
It
you're
was
talking
very
about it,
paranormal activity.
I feel like I've had one experience where I've felt something and I was incredibly exhausted, but I've been tired a lot, and I've never experienced anything like this
Mhm.
before. I was at a friend's house. I was sleeping in one of the beds, and I had been up for like, maybe 18 hours. I had just finished like a 6-hour drive.
I was up
like-
for 19 yesterday. I get you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I wasn't that tired, I guess. I guess everybody stays up for a long time. Anyway,
Yeah.
I was tired, and I had to wake up really early, but I remember laying there and being like almost asleep. And then, if you have dogs, if you're like laying, like the dogs like walk all over you all the time.
Yep.
And there's like that like pressure of like the paws and everything.
Oh yeah.
It was like that, where it was, I felt something from one side of the bed crawl over me.
Huh.
And it
No.
like I could feel it like touch. Like
the little
like crawl.
paws, like the.
So what it was, when I remember, it was like a gargoyle,
oh, it just like.
which is
perched.
actually kind of weird because I'm pretty sure gargoyles are on churches to scare away demons.
Mhm.
But
I think,
in
I don't
this
know, but
in this tense, it was the demon, I guess, or it
Maybe.
looked like it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Everything was dark, but I felt it crawl over me. It was on the bed. I could feel it like moving the bed, and then on top of me, and then off of me, and then it perched on the nightstand next to me.
Could you see it or could you feel it?
I saw it as well. So I felt it, and then I saw it. I saw like the shadow of it, basically,
Wasn't
it was
Willow?
very dark. No. I didn't have dogs.
Oh,
I wasn't
okay.
married yet.
Oh, okay.
And it was crouched on the nightstand next to me like a gargoyle.
Ugh.
And I remember passing out very quickly after that. It was like right before I fell asleep, and I was just like too tired to move or really like figure out what was going on. But then afterwards, it felt very I was like, what was, like, I felt the pressure of something crawling on me, and then I
Ew.
saw the dark outline and shadow of it sitting on the nightstand next to me. Just felt super ominous. And it's those things where it's like everyone's like, "Oh no, you're tired." Like, no, it felt wrong. It felt heavy.
Yeah.
It felt
Hey,
different.
hey. Was it a cat? Cats sit like gargoyles.
They
Are
do
you about
and
to
they
invalidate
stare.
my whole life?
Let's hear it, Casey.
I'm just
Do
suggesting
they
that
have
maybe
cats?
possibly.
Did that family have cats? No,
I
they
don't
didn't.
know.
They didn't have cats. They had
But
dogs,
it sounds like a cat.
Casey, do you believe in ghosts?
Mm.
What are you talking about? Do you believe in ghosts?
Maybe.
What do you mean maybe?
Yes, I do. Okay. I'm
She's
just
out of the closet.
suggesting.
You're just suggesting that my opinion on what crawled over me wasn't a demon, it was a cat.
I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe it's reassuring to think it was a cat.
I don't think so. I kind of
Actually-
like at this point thinking that it was a demon because
Okay,
then
if
I
you
fit
wanna
in with the cool
think
club.
that,
you know? I fit
then
in with
It's
the
not
demon-
cool.
I've
Don't
seen a
let
demon
me.
club.
It is unsettling. I wish I could just have been like, no, I'm crazy. Like, this isn't real. That way I didn't
But
feel like something was sitting
Then
in
it's
my
also
apartment.
validating that there's like a spiritual realm, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
no,
would you
and
rather of it just be a cat, or would you rather it be something that confirms your belief in a spiritual?
I mean,
Even though it's like the bad side of the spiritual,
you
right?
could never convince me that there isn't a spiritual realm, but I do understand where you're coming from. I'd rather it be a cat because I was terrified and I couldn't sleep for 3 days.
Is Homeboy wanting you to pass him, Casey?
Or is he just...
Is he
This
just
truck in
drunk?
front of
Just
us
go
is going
quick. Floor it.
crazy. Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah, he is
What
going
are
a
you
little
doing,
crazy.
bud?
He's on his phone.
Oh, great.
Yeah. He wasn't
We're-
even
we're on
looking
a
That's
straight.
mountain
really great. Yeah,
pass.
mountain pass on your phone, driving a big U-Haul. Basically, that's great.
Yeah, with a
That's
cliff on
awesome.
the side.
That's
And he's
love
really
really
that.
just
great.
doing that. He's also swerving in and out of
That's-
lanes
That's-
consistently.
That's like when we were on our way to Texas, me and Derek, that was what that semi was doing. It was a big, long
We were on
semi
these backcountry roads in Texas, heading up to a little underneath
at
Austin.
night.
Yeah, it was pretty
At
late.
night.
Big old semi-swerving
Just-
around.
And not like swerving a little bit, enough where we were like, okay, we're going to stay about 300 feet back. It was terrifying.
We almost, on this trip, guys, we were driving. There was a long line of cars because there was a RV
Oh.
driving slow. There was a semi behind the car that was behind us. This dude, out of nowhere, took off. It was a 2-lane road.
Yep.
At
Two
the
d-
bottom of
At
a
the
hill.
bottom of a hill, took off and passed 5 cars
So going uphill.
going
On-
uphill,
yeah,
about
a
to crest
blind
over. If
pass in a no
someone,
passing lane.
you literally couldn't see if there was an oncoming car at all. This dude could have destroyed someone.
Everybody slammed on their brakes.
Like literally, the whole car shifted. And they all shifted over. They pulled over to the side of the road. Basically, like someone could have just been dead.
Modeled.
It freaked. It was freaky to watch. Anyway, Casey, have you had experiences with ghosts before, Casey?
I personally have not. However, there is one at work.
yes.
What?
Tell us about him.
At the hospital?
In the hospital. And he's been confirmed by other patients.
Is
which
he like a
even
hospital
better.
ghost? Like a whole like?
Yeah, he was a patient. It was like, I don't even know how many years ago. At least 10. Probably more.
Is when he passed?
Yeah, he was on our unit for a really long time, and he was a burn victim. Like, really bad, full body, full thickness burns.
Oh my gosh.
And he was like this big black guy, and then like, you know, we like wrap people in white bandage and a bunch of other things when they're burned. But anyways, there was a room he was in his whole stay before he died, and there have been other patients who have been like, hey, yo, who's that dude in my room? And we're like, oh, you're just getting delirious, like, which happens to people constantly in the ICU. But they're like, no, he's like big and black, and he has white stuff all over him.
No.
Yes.
There's no way.
No, absolutely. And I actually, it's like, I have had a instance where I'm pretty sure there's
How
been
many
a ghost.
how many patients have seen this dude?
A handful. I couldn't quote, but like enough for it to be like, okay, this is a thing.
And so, like, what's the like? Who told you that? Like, the nurses are like, so we
Yeah.
we take care of people, save lives, and also there's a dude that haunts the unit.
Well, I think I asked a question once because I was in the room that this
and was
patient
Casey
was
was
in.
like, who's that dude in the corner?
No,
Oh,
no.
God.
I would run and never look back. No,
Yeah.
no, but I did. I was in a room once, and then this like bin full of stuff just fell off of the counter, like out of nowhere. And like it was actually just like on a rolling desk in the back of the room, which I wasn't near a patient, like nobody was near it, and it just fell and everything went all over the floor.
Nope.
And then I came out of the room and I was like, yo, the craziest thing just happened. And they're like, what? And I told them, and they're like, oh, it was probably him.
It's just
We need
Jerry.
to get his name.
I don't remember it.
That's crazy. And everyone, that's so weird.
I'd be
Is
spooked.
podcasting and driving illegal?
I don't think that talking is illegal.
I honestly, it's not like you're. I don't think there are laws yet.
There are no laws governing what we're doing.
We're
fine.
too ahead of the time for.
Yeah, we're
there
way
to
ahead
be
of it.
rules about
Forget
this.
We're cars and
I'm just driving down a road with lots of cars with a mic.
yeah.
How does it feel, Casey? This is honest, which is crazy. This is your first podcast
It's my
experience.
first
Welcome.
podcast.
Welcome.
And I'm driving. Okay, that's my story. Bye.
Wait, hold on. Did you say that you had been seen by a ghost as well, or something?
Wait, what?
You said that you had an experience as well.
No,
Did you already
like
You just
forget?
explained it.
No, I know that.
Oh.
Oh, that was the experience where the stuff
Yeah.
fell over.
yeah.
It's startling.
It was startling, and I absolutely was like, "There's something in this room," because that just doesn't happen.
That's crazy.
It's never happened again, but it scared me, and it was in that room, and I fully believe it was that ghost.
Dang.
That's
I have a yeah. I don't know why it's so weird. I feel like angels and demons are real, but then I have a really hard time believing ghosts. People just like when people die that they're able to just like be in a place for a while and like quote haunt it. I have a harder time feeling that.
So I recently. Why does that sound?
Are you for real?
Oh, too hot. Adios.
So I guess
Jeez.
we're learning. We're still learning,
Sauce.
Sydney. Our GoPro's overheated.
Little bit of dressing.
That's why you just saw the light dim because our GoPro's freaking overheated.
Mm.
But where we finished talking about ghosts. That's crazy. I think Casey, the fact that you have a ghost on your unit is nuts.
I love it.
That's crazy.
I love that for you.
I have never had a ghost experience, but I
Good.
love horror movies. I love scary podcasts. I listen to a lot and love horror movies. There's a museum in Vegas called the Zach Bryan Haunted House Museum. And
The Zach Bryan Haunted House Museum.
it has
Is it-
many collected items, like the original doll that the movie series, the Annie doll.
It's Annabelle.
Annabelle.
Okay, this is
Annabelle,
Casey's
sorry.
nightmare. Casey cannot stand.
Okay.
Casey can't stand. What's the other one? Like the little Chucky.
Chucky, yeah. And like several of the items that were collected from the Exorcist stories that
Shut up.
They're
led
all
to
in
the
that.
movie, they're in this museum
Oh,
in
like
Vegas.
Noah's.
And they
This is where I
only-
used to go whitewater rafting at camp.
Noah's Ark.
This is BV.
Nice.
We're in BV. I love this. This place is my favorite. Wow.
So
Oh,
that
hold on.
was
So
a
they were
cool
they
spot
were
to water
sorry for the
rafting.
Exorcist. They were actually they were using those are based on real stories.
They are based on real stories.
So they would find articles from the real stories.
not articles, items, like
Sorry,
the
items, I
items
meant.
used
Yeah.
from yeah. And this museum is very popular for the quantity of these high valued items from these very popular stories. Now I
Yeah.
don't know enough about it to go in detail about it, but I would love to go. I'm very excited. I have a friend in Vegas who's also very much into horror, and it's definitely a bucket
Dang.
list item for me for sure.
That's like some I don't know. When it gets too real, I think I freak out a little bit. I'm not a huge fan of like when it starts actually coming into my life. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm still figuring it all out. It's freaking me out.
I do not mess around with dolls.
Did you have one? Did your mom keep one up in your closet when you were a kid?
Yes, she had this little like doll with red hair that was like her favorite toy as a child. So she's
Wait.
like, I have to give this to my daughter because she'll
Was it the-
love it. It's the one where the hair grows out of
Oh,
the top of the
That
head.
is horrendous. I thought you were going to
It's-
say the Raggedy the
No,
Raggedy Ann dolls.
no,
No, it
it's
was
like
like
a
a
doll
nice
with
doll.
growing hair, and it was red.
Cursed.
Didn't
And I-
didn't its
Absolutely not.
eyes like like if it sits up? Is that the one with the eyes open?
don't know,
Or like when it
maybe.
lays down, the eyes close?
I don't know, but my parents watched Chucky when I was really little, and they probably thought I wouldn't remember, but I remembered, and I never forgot, and I cannot watch it even to this day. And this doll reminded me of it, so I was like, you know what? I can't hurt my mom's feelings. She loves this doll, so I was like, I'll just triple trash bag it, and so I did, and I put it in the top of my closet. And then one day, or actually, it was like getting ready for bed, or I was asleep. It fell like from the top of my closet, and then I opened my closet door, and there's just this leg sticking out of this triple trash bagged thing. Oh,
No.
I hate it.
I hope you
hate it.
threw
I
it
hate it. I
away.
hate it. I don't know what happened to it, but I hope it dies.
She's hunting some other little girl now.
The
Not
doll,
you.
That is so funny.
The
That is-
doll they have in this museum, one of the things I've heard about it is of the people who have taken pictures of it, they have like letters of people apologizing to the doll because of the like curse that is affected them once they leave. Like there's a policy of like don't take pictures
of the doll
without its permission.
How do you get
And
permission?
There are a few
That's
people who
messed
have,
up.
but
That is
like
messed
of the
up.
people who've taken
I feel like
pictures,
I wouldn't want to be someone
they
who
have-
got permission from the doll, right? I feel
don't
like that's when
know.
my life's going in a bad direction, when I'm the one who the doll said, you can take a picture of me and you're going to be fine, because I feel like that's like we're on the same page. Like we're going to haunt people forever.
Next podcast, I'm going to do some research on this. I'm going to see.
That's creepy.
I'm gonna
So
see who
there are a
has
lot of
done
people
that.
who have like since apologized to this doll.
That
I'm
doesn't feel
forgetting-
right.
I'm
That's
blanking on his name,
crazy.
but they address him by name and they apologize to him.
I don't
Uh,
like that at all.
Mm-mm.
I'm not a fan.
So, anyways,
Casey is
it's
not
definitely a
happy
bucket
with
list
this.
item for me.
Casey
but
is ready to move on.
What is this museum called again?
I believe it's called the Zach Bryan Las
That's
Vegas
messed up, dude.
Haunted Museum.
That's messed up. Santa's Workshop, Colorado Springs.
I'm just writing this down. I want to do some research on this, and I want to
That's
figure out
crazy.
like. I also want to get like
I'm
the
sorry.
accounts.
It's not Brian Baggins.
What is it, Bilbo Baggins?
Zach Baggins.
Isn't Zach Bryan a country singer?
Zach Baggins.
Is Zach,
Zach
Bryan a
Baggins.
country singer?
Yeah, I
I
was
don't know why you're
reading
handing it
that.
to me. You have it oxed up, buddy. I'm not going to be able to take the phone from you.
All right.
We're
But-
still learning about technology here, right, obviously. So
yeah,
we'll
no,
give him
he'll,
some.
he'll get there. He'll get there.
He'll get there one day.
One day, the engineer will maybe one day get there. No, that is horrifying, and now I'm excited because that's content for the next episode that I
The
can be
next
like,
episode.
then I can be like, oh my god, 10 people have died. No,
This
probably not.
doll sneaks out. It's like the night at museum where the doll sneaks out and kills you.
There's
Casey,
this-
don't you love that idea?
No, stop
That the
taunting
doll
her.
can.
Stop doing that.
Hey,
She's
I have
gonna
a serious.
nightmares tonight.
I honestly have a serious question
For who?
for everybody, for
Oh,
you
okay.
guys, for these people who can comment their
Who
opinion on our
won't
Instagram,
comment?
who
because
will,
I'm so mean.
because they can stop saying that they're mean.
I said I'm so mean.
Oh, because you're so mean.
Yeah.
People are getting mad at Sydney for being so mean.
Yeah, I was getting
Tell him
called
to shut
out on
up.
Instagram.
Tell him.
Shut up, Daniel. Because I know it was you that's calling me out.
I don't like that. That's not good.
Oh,
What's going on?
what is he
going
doing
on?
We have some crazy drivers out here today.
Jeez.
You,
Let me get to my
No.
serious conversation. Let me
Okay.
get to my serious question. Guys, what's better?
oh, here we go.
The cinnamon
Oh my.
Pop-Tart or the strawberry Pop-Tart?
Don't even go here, Luke.
It's an easy answer. It's
This is a very large
it's the
area
brown
of contention
sugar
within our
cinnamon.
marriage, and I don't want to do this on a podcast.
It's the brown sugar cinnamon, Casey. I bought it and she literally almost left me. And
I
she's
don't
like,
blame her.
"Where's the other one?" I'm like, "I got the one Pop-Tart that you're allowed to buy." Derek
Thank you
agrees
for
with me.
caring about my feelings. Thank you for caring about. This is the epitome of a marriage
It's the
argument.
only one
It's
worth
the
getting.
Pop Tarts. It'll ruin you,
Casey,
Luke. You know what I like.
I now do, but
no,
it
you've
doesn't make
known
any
this
sense
for like
to me.
8 years.
Doesn't make sense. It's not
It
logical.
doesn't. Oh, then I'm illogical.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow. Now he's calling you crazy.
I know. This
Little
is how,
crazy.
This is
Honestly,
how it
not-
happens. Luke,
The brown sugar cinnamon.
You do know that we have to spend the rest of the weekend together, right?
you know
we
what?
have
At
vodka
least,
for
Luke.
that. You wonder why I bought such a big bottle? The Pop-Tart argument.
Well, you know what? I
knew it
was kind
coming
enough
up.
to buy both types, so you're welcome.
Derek thanks you as well, because Derek
Thank you.
understands
I do appreciate
that the
it.
best Pop-Tart to buy
Okay,
is
that's
the
enough. I'm done.
Brown sugar.
brown sugar
That's
cinnamon.
Okay, you know
the
what?
only one worth getting, really.
I'm gonna jump in here
sick
with
of
you,
being
and I'm
invalidated.
saying I don't care for that one. I like the strawberry and the blueberry.
Thank you, Sydney.
Yes, I've got your back.
Thank you.
And it's not-
Follow-up question then, do you toast them or eat them cold?
Either way,
It doesn't matter.
yeah, same. My opinion.
What are
sits
you
with hers.
feeling?
I'm a
Exactly.
predominantly cold.
Well,
I'll
yeah, you
toast
are a
them.
very cold person.
I'll toast them if I have access and time
How dare
to a
you.
toaster. But like in the car
you
on
want
a
to
road
throw
trip,
shade? I will throw it back.
a cold Pop Tart is always nice.
I think
Do it,
out of the
Casey.
amount of time, I think I'll probably eat like. I'm not saying that I eat 4 boxes regularly,
But you do.
out. I don't. I
I'm
don't.
just here to cause chaos.
Yes, Casey.
I
yes.
will. I will probably eat maybe 1 out of 20 Pop-Tarts. I'll have it warm. I'm a predominantly cold Pop-Tart guy.
Mhm.
Don't be so mad about this, Case.
I'm not mad about
It's
this.
No,
just
she's
facts.
just saying that it speaks a lot to your character.
It does. It means I am outgoing and nice and
What?
right.
cold Pop-Tart equals
Incorrect.
outgoing?
Brown sugar cinnamon equals better person.
Ooh. We'll let the audience decide.
Yeah.
I think you're on the
But I also
losing
have-
battle, Casey.
well,
I
you know
really
what?
think
Most
you're on the losing
people-
side.
I'm not going to comment on that.
I think you are.
I'm going
which
to be the
is-
bigger
which-
person. I'm handing the mic over.
I'm right.
I think we should let the polls decide.
We'll post
I think it's going to be a pretty blowout.
Yeah, I agree.
I think
I
it's going to
agree.
be a blowout.
Yeah. I bet there's been studies on this.
And I don't think, Casey, you can't ask for the mic back after
Yes,
you.
I
it. You
can. I just did.
What?
You know what, Luke? I'm one of those kind of people. I just have 3 good friends. I don't need 20 okay friends. So as long as I get a couple people to agree with me, I'm happy. All right?
What if? I understand what she's saying.
She's saying majority doesn't roll. It's just whichever
Majority
friend she
sucks.
chooses.
She said, she says, as
Majority
long as my
sucks.
friends
As
agree
long
with
as-
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And then I
Yeah.
don't care about anybody
Casey,
else.
what if
Joy,
your friends
if
are
you say
Call her out.
sugar, I'm going to lose my mind. Love ya.
Casey, who would win in a fight, you or Joy?
Oh, man.
Who would win in a
I
fight?
don't
That's a
wanna
good
answer
question.
this.
Is this a
I
physical fight
don't-
or
I
a
think it's
fight
no,
of the
no,
wits?
like a fight. I
A
think
fight? I don't want to fight her.
I know, but so my
Joy
past
seems pretty ripped. I
Joy's
don't know.
shredded.
Yeah,
But I'm
sorry.
scrappy.
Casey's
so.
real scrappy. My past co-host Abba, Casey fought her and
You
like,
fought her?
threw her
Don't-
shoulder
No, I
out.
didn't. I did not.
They wrestled
She's
for a
like, let's
second.
wrestle. I was like, are you sure? She said, yeah. And then I picked her up and I broke her shoulder. It was like a 2-second thing. And it hurt her for a long time. And I didn't mean to. I just dropped her on it.
Dropped her? Should I
I
fight
don't know.
Casey?
There's a video of this
Yeah, you
somewhere.
guys should find
Abba,
that'd be a
I'm
fun
really
one.
sorry. I didn't mean it. And I don't want to fight anyone ever
That's
again.
really funny.
Were you fighting in a parking lot?
No, a park.
A park.
just
It was
a
in the
park.
grass. It wasn't that bad.
And I thought I would put more of a fight up, but she really just kind of let Casey have her way with her.
I'd say that I have about
no.
60 pounds on Casey and about 5 inches. I'd still be a little scared to get into a scrap with you.
My mom did say that my favorite thing to do at birthday parties when I was a child is like wrestle all the boys in my tutu dress.
Dude, I loved trying
I
to
think
wrestle
there's
people.
pictures and video proof of me just like sitting on people in my dress.
God bless. We need to get those pictures. I need this.
No,
love it.
Sydney.
Those
Why?
are-
Because
yeah.
she's been fighting since the womb.
Oh, baby, I ate my twin in the womb. We've been a
Shut
father since
your
day
mouth.
one.
Shut your mouth.
Oh yeah, I have a twin.
You had a twin.
I had a twin.
You resorbed
Oh
your
my
twin.
I now
and
have
now
the
you
power of a full-grown woman and a
And-
fetus.
and a small baby.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah,
And
that's how I came into this world. That's how I'm going out.
you can
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
I'm
but
speechless.
I'm
scared.
done. I'm done. Take this away.
the only thing I did in the womb was take a dump.
What?
And yeah, I pooped in my mom's womb.
Wait,
and
you're
then-
able? They're able to tell that you did that?
Yeah, they could tell, and they were like, "Oh, we gotta get her out of there because if she inhales that, she will die."
Oh
So
my
it literally
gosh.
kills babies.
Yeah, I was emergency exited. Boop. Nope, no time left. Yeah, you can tell.
Wow, that's scary. I guess.
Yep, I
I didn't
breathed
know
in
that
my
was a
own poop.
thing. Is that why
Yep.
you're so crazy?
No, that's for a lifelong abuse. Actually, make it real dark and sad right now.
I don't know.
No, I have asthma now.
Like no.
Wait, I have asthma. Does that mean?
I know.
That means you pooped in. Maybe your
No.
twin pooped in your mouth as you ate it.
Sydney, I am done with this conversation.
What?
But the thing is that you can't really be done with it because you're stuck in a car with me. You still have to hear it.
I don't even know.
Are we moving on from the poop or?
I don't know where to go from there.
Well, it kind of just goes to show that the women in this car are strong and powerful
because they got over poop in the womb.
because some of us resorb our twins, others survive. Is it merconium attacks? Listen,
I've
I was-
completely lost.
and it
Thoughts?
shows. It shows, especially probably because it's probably all the brown sugar Pop-Tarts you eat.
You know what? Back off that conversation.
Honestly, I
Tread
can't.
carefully.
We're gonna start
What
fighting.
are you either of you gonna do? I have more faith in Casey beating me up than both of you. So I just want to say that right now. In wits or
that
in
is
strength.
Such a good. Such a good answer.
Luke, I'm bigger than you.
What are you
I'm feeling feisty right now.
What are you talking about? Hold on. Do you want to break that
Physically.
down? Physically bigger than me?
I'm bigger than you.
What do you mean? Like height? Like not height-wise? I'm taller than you.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
How tall are you, Luke?
I'm 6'1".
No, you're not. No, you're not. Oh, what? You're not taller
Casey,
than Derek.
can you back me up on this? I know we've been fighting. But can you back me up on this? We just measured at Christmas.
I really don't want to do this, but yes, he's 6'1".
No, there's
I
no
believe
way.
Yeah,
I
I'm
believe
6'1".
Is he taller than you, Derek?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 6 foot.
We can
he-
measure when we get out of the car.
It smells like boys in here. Yeah.
She diverted the conversation.
No, I know it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, so
you're allowed to
what
be
a-
6'1",
what a-
but
so, like-
I'm bigger than you.
Okay, so do you think that like if you're like gonna go to the gym, like, or you can bench or squat
Yeah,
more than I
what's
can?
your max bench?
What do
Sydney?
you?
I haven't maxed anything yet.
I haven't because I don't go to the gym.
I go to the gym 5 days a week.
I know, but do you think I could squat as much as you? You don't think I could do that?
I don't know. Not with your
Luke,
not
what's
with your knees.
squat, Luke?
I don't
and
know.
your toe.
If I freaking broke my toe today,
Just before
I was trying to
snowboarding
be
trip.
cute. I was like, "Hey, Willow doggy, how are you, you little cutie? You want to chase me?" And I turned to run out of my bedroom and just like it wasn't like a walking kick. Like I was turning to run away from my dog, and I kicked the door frame so hard, like it was so hard that it wasn't a. Because Casey, you know that I make a lot of noise. When I get hurt, I go, "Oh my gosh!" And Casey says, "What happens?" And I'm like, I just like hurt myself a little bit. And like, she's like, "You sound like you're dying." I kicked myself so hard that I didn't even make any noise. I just fell to the floor and fetal held my toe for a minute.
It's like the Peter
A
Griffin.
full
mess.
minute. I was just like, and then Willow's like up in my face, like licking me, like, we gonna play still? And I'm like, dude, get out of my face. I'm about to die. Oh my gosh. And now it's all bruised. It's got this big old red thing on the side, and it hurts.
I'd imagine.
It hurt. This is not good. What are you eating?
Strawberry Pop-Tart.
Guys, thanks
Shit.
so much for listening to this episode of Brew Talk. We
That was
gotta,
almost full circle.
my gosh. Please do us a favor. Follow us, BrewTalk_cast. Oh, this is my camera right here. BrewTalk_cast. Follow us. Sydney will love to get in a fight with you in the comment section. She'll tell you to
I
shut
would.
up. She'll probably be
I would.
just, if you want to have an irrational argument with someone, just say something
She's
triggering
great.
to Sydney in the
She's
comments.
great at it.
I am great
I'm
at
ready to see some triggered arguments.
it. Me too.
Follow us, BrewTalk, at BrewTalk_cast. We'll have links to our YouTube, which is going to have this podcast. If you want to see what it was like to join us on this beautiful call ride through the Colorado mountains, please do so. Shout out to Derek and Casey. Guys, thanks for being here on this one.
Thanks for having us.
They literally had no choice.
Ayo.
They
Had
were
no choice.
They were stuck in the car. We forced them into it. But it was great having them. Thanks for listening. I'm Luke. This is my co-host,
I'm Sydney.
Sydney. She just finished eating the devil's food. And
Do not ever say that to me ever again.
we're going to get out of here, guys.
The devil's food is not that.
She did not appreciate that. I can tell you that right now.
No.
I mean, obviously.
Nothing having to do with devil or evil.
She also does not. Yeah, she does not like to be called evil. I found that one out.
I didn't
You
call
said
her
you're
evil.
Nope, doesn't even matter.
Any association with.
Anyway, guys, thanks for
Devil,
listening.
Satan.
Do you have your
Absolutely not.
do you have your clinker?
Right here.
Thanks for listening, guys. We will see you next week. Have a good one.
Bye.
Terrible.
It just sounds like we're putting trash together.
All right, guys. We'll see you later. Bye.
Enjoy our trash.
Brew Talk.